Hello, no one and future someone. That's how live videos are weird.
It's good to see Wendy prowling the grounds.
She likes to prowl the grounds.
I haven't seen her do it.
All right, so shop night, busy all the time, normal. Lexi rating, masking.
Masquerading is what?
Well, it sounds like a word I don't want to say, but so it's not that. And I'm going to make a mold, so I'm probably going to leave the camera right there while I go over to the sink and I get the right amount of water. Yeah. Okay. I already have a bowl in here that I put too much water in. I'm looking for roughly, you know they say like 2 fingers of whiskey, and it's the width of your fingers on the bottom. I want roughly 2 fingers of water in the bottom of this bucket. I'm pretty much there. Might have a little bit more than that, but I'm good with it. Now, I turn you more this way, and you can see the plaster bucket in its natural environment. We're going to sneak up on the plaster bucket. The lid for the plaster bucket goes over the garbage can. Bowl of water goes on the garbage can. Yeah, it's going to be tight. I don't know if I have enough plaster for this, but we'll figure it out. Yeah. I happen to be using hydrocal plaster. I like ultracal and hydrocal both. I normally use hydrocal. I find it's a hair lighter than ultracal, and I make and move a lot of molds. Always add your plaster to water, not water to plaster. And I am taking/sifting it in. So I'm going to ask Rob to go over every now and then and look at comments because I am going to be chemically committed with this mold.
He's committed.
Face is committed. So you know what? I am so excited about the photo shoot that we did at Dark Hour today.
It looks good.
We spent maybe an hour doing a photo shoot just for promo pictures, media pictures, Facebook and whatnot. We did a scarecrow, a witch, and a wolfman. And what a great classic Halloween trio that is.
That was my post today.
What's that?
A witch, a werewolf, and a scarecrow walking to a bar.
There you go. You think the witch would have ducked?
Aww.
You started that bad joke.
I sure finished it.
Your face finished. The next time that we're live, Rob and I are going to sword fight on air. Yeah.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
What weapon do you get?
Swords.
Yeah, we
What
decided
kind? There's lots of
swords.
different swords.
It's a sword fight.
There's
Yeah.
lots of different kinds of swords.
Are we using live steel or
Long, short,
dummy
short,
bolt?
short.
No, I think we should use wooden or foam wasters.
Aww.
Less blood. YouTube will pull a video if it's got too much blood on it, man.
Even if it's fake blood.
Even if it's fake blood. That's a big controversy right now in the land of the YouTubes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of like the makeup channels are getting pulled. I'm like, well, you should be cussing.
They're not cussing. They're using fake blood
I know.
for fake
Still.
blood porn looks.
Just the world should cuss less in general. God forbid. Don't give the camera the finger.
Oh, that comes out tomorrow.
Does it?
But yeah. The interview with Dan Baker.
No, and you know what? What's funny is that wasn't even an interview that we did. It was, we were just talking, and Dan Doble decided to film it. lot of things aren't weird unless someone films it, and then it becomes weird.
There's an entire website dedicated to that.
I have no doubt. I'm sure that you know where they are on the interwebs. All right, so now I have my plaster cracked earth method, dry earth method. Rob has about 15 jobs right now. He's bouncing back and forth between. Can you guys see that? It's wet. I put enough plaster in there where it went all the way up to the top, and it looks like the bottom of a dried up riverbed. See those cracks? That's what you want for your plaster.
That's where magic happens.
And I let mine sit for about a minute once I get it to that stage. So while it's sitting, I'm going to set the camera up over here where I'm going to use it. Sorry down there, guys.
I didn't mean it.
Rocking your viewers.
Someone said, I forgot I subbed. Well, it's only been like 2 days since I was live last, so sorry I dropped you. Well, Dracula and a mummy are good, yes. I think a Frankenstein over the mummy, but I'm partial. Did not hurt you. You're fine, window licker. Okay, so Michael J. Lassiter says hi. THX1101 says hello, Wolfie. I don't know who that is. I fear that they have old Alan stories because they're calling me Wolfie. That's a fear.
I collect old Alan stories.
No, you don't. Rob hates old Alan stories. Don't tell him any. Hello, James Minnick. Hello, Window Licker. It goes well. Jimmy Woods, what's up, buddy? Hope you're making monsters out there at Woods of Terror. That'd be awesome. And what a nice surprise. I'm glad you have a nice surprise. No name, which I assume means no name, but it's name. I bet no name was taken, so you settled. That's fine. I've settled before. Just don't settle for marriage. Find the right one. Okay. Hi from Scotland. Hello again, Scott. Good to see you on. You still have your katana. Who is THX1101? I don't know who that is, but obviously they, yeah, and they used to probably fight with me in the back lot of Skull Kingdom if I had to guess.
That doesn't sound shady at all.
Dude, when we got off work at Skull Kingdom, it was like midnight. And then me and like 6 other guys would go out in the back parking lot under the parking lot light and sword fight with Shania all like until 5 or 6 in the morning. It was such a blast. It was amazing. And one of the guys who did it with us was my buddy Damien Portier, who worked with us at Skull Kingdom. And since then, he's moved to Hollywood. He's been an actor. And in the first Avengers, where Thanos was at the very end of the movie, where he turns and looks at the camera over his shoulder, that was Damien who was the model for that.
I thought that was
So
his cousin.
he was, whose cousin?
Damien's cousin.
No, it was Damien.
I didn't say his cousin.
Oh yeah, he's really wrong. But anyway, yeah, I mean you can completely see that it's his face. Yeah, Skull Kingdom in Orlando. I used to work there. John! Awesome. Okay, so I will drop you when it's convenient. That's my prerogative as a phone holder. RS18 says hello, Alan and gang. Hello there, Sandy Waffle Bandit. Okay, these names. Yeah, would you want to get unsandy waffles? Hi, sweetie. Hello. I don't know if you meant me or not. Oh, you're probably talking to Horror Beauty Effects. I have not qualified as a sweetie in a long time.
I can confirm that.
If ever?
No, window licker, you want no. Working on a few masks and costumes. Goredior. I don't understand that one. Working on a few masks and costumes for Eddie right now. Got it. Perfect. He fixed it. Yes. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to make a mold of this here face. This is the Demi Morgan face that you're about to see me mold. I've yabbered quite a bit and forgot that I mixed up plaster. So So you will now see me applying plaster like a madman. And I'm not going to wear gloves because I'm wild and crazy.
Rock Nick Plaster. It's like
It's also hot in here, and it's hard to put gloves, rubber gloves, on sweaty hands. So,
Taking them off.
yeah. So, but I am just running my hand through. I have virtually no lumps because I let the plaster sit in there a little bit before I mixed it, and that means that the water just soaked into everything. So now I don't have any lumps. I'm just kind of running my fingers through to make sure it's evenly distributed. This action, just a little bit of motion here. This little bit of motion here is also going to help pull some bubbles to the surface. And to really get those bubbles up to the surface, I'm going to straighten my hand off on the side. That doesn't help the bubbles, but that just makes my hand a little cleaner. I'm going to vibrate the bucket. Now all those bubbles that were in the plaster have come up to the surface. What a lot of folks do is they'll spritz 99% alcohol on this now to make the bubbles go away off the top. I just blow on it. Thanks, Rob. Okay, I did put 3 coats of Pledge on this sculpture, and I hate it when this goes off. And then I don't know. So I apologize. Yes, I used to do this in the kitchen. So John has more Wolfie stories than most because he and I were roommates for a long time.
Oh, we need stories.
John, if you don't DM Rob stories, DM me stories.
We would. It was almost like we had like a Kato Pink Panther relationship. Because we would like try to kill each other. At one point in time, there was a siege, and John was barricaded in the bathroom, and I could only open the door enough to reach our shelf.
Was it a siege by you?
Yeah, yes, I was laying siege to John in the bathroom, and I was able to reach in and grab our bottle of alcohol, and I poured it under the door and lit it on fire in order to get him to come out. And then there was a glorious wooden sword battle.
That sounds about good times.
Yeah, we had an interesting youth, let's say.
Sounds it.
John is now a responsible, respectable adult.
Wow.
And you are?
I'm Alan. I'm a pro hunter, living in the Dallas, Texas area. That's details.
And make masks.
I didn't hear respectable come out of any of that.
What about your carriage house?
That's right, in my carriage house. If this were a garage, people could park cars in it. All right, so I just about have a full layer. You want to make sure that you can either spin the sculpture you're molding or walk around it, because that's how you're going to get. That's how you're going to get all of it. Sorry, Shadow Nuts 29. Such weird names. YouTube is craziness. Shadow Nuts. I don't even. Like, I want to ask how your name became Shadow Nuts, but then I don't want to ask how your name became Shadow Nuts. I would assume that if you were a big person, you would always have a condition called Shadow Nuts. Took Lexi a moment to get that joke, but she's with us now.
It didn't take me a moment to get it. It took me a moment to
Process
and go, did you really say that? Yes, I did say that. Okay.
Yes,
I didn't name Shadow Nuts 29. What I think is really weird is there's 28 other Shadow Nutses.
That's not necessarily true.
There could be like a Shadow Nuts convention.
My first YouTube channel was
Shadow
Chandler
Nuts?
12 because my grandma's dog's name was Chandler and I was 12 years old.
What a nerd you are. I'm angry at you because there was YouTube when you were 12. That's why I'm angry.
When I was 12, we had a sit and spin.
I had that too. I had the best of them.
Has anybody out there seen the politically correct bop it?
Yes.
Where,
And I bought it.
yeah, bop it, twist it, slap it. Well, that was our toy, but this generation has the consensual bop it, where you have
It
to
does
ask
not
first.
exist. That's a,
Yeah.
it's a joke.
It will. Give it a few months.
Well, it's not
May
my
I
generation.
twist you?
Yes, you
Not
did not ask
today.
for consent.
Not today.
Pepper spray.
Now administer
Awesome.
pepper spray.
That would be a game I would totally. That's an awesome party game.
That's a Smosh video where they like take toys and make them politically correct.
I don't have a weird name for myself, like, but I'm not even good at like, I don't even name my masks well. It's like, this mask is called witch because
It's a witch.
it is a witch. Well, this mask is called werewolf because it is a werewolf. This is zombie number 4 because I've made 3 other zombies in this series. Yeah, that's kind of how I operate. So, Rob, have you seen any of the trick-or-treater costumes that they're working on in costuming?
I have.
That is so exciting.
I think they're beautiful.
And that is a concept that I've never really seen done well, per se.
Blow darts at each other. Nice.
Oh, that's right. We had blow darts. That was so
Blow
fun.
Siege?
Well, in the house. Yes, we were. We had a very interesting relationship. We were good
Sounds
friends.
it. Oh, okay. That's good for
So,
you.
Alan, what weird name would you pick for yourself?
I wouldn't pick a name for myself.
Hello, Busy Bees. Hello,
Rob
Skullbug.
doesn't listen to me, or else he would know that I just answered that question.
Well, Still Beast Studios is kind of a new weird
Still Beast is one that I named for myself
So,
because
Even if he walks on stilts.
I'm a beast that's on stilts a
Very
lot
great.
of the time.
Very creative.
Okay, my plaster is getting marginally thicker. Right now I'm at a consistency that I call buttermilk. So, for most of the time where John and I were roommates, his job was he was a bathroom valet,
great job.
and what a great job.
I wasn't
And
sarcastic. You make
I
me feel a
was
lot
a
better.
rollerblading wolfman for a bar in downtown Orlando. So we would both have terrible bar stories, but mine were always outside, and his were in the bathroom most of the time.
I don't pretend to make super bucks. They do it right.
Yeah, he also often scored a lot of money when people would just drop money in the bathroom by accident.
Yeah. That's what I meant by do it right. Those aren't as prevalent as those.
No, they're not. See, I went dark hour to get bathroom valets. Hey, I remember those times very fondly, but also I just think it's professional and classy to have that.
We get costumes back in college?
Yeah, like Tower of Terror bellhops.
No, like characters. Just bathroom.
No, you
valets.
don't want that. I don't want a real actual character in the bathroom with folks. No, that's a bad idea.
Cut down on toilet paper use.
That's, I guess, yeah.
People would not stay in there very long.
No.
Cut down
Or they
on-
would if the person's too entertaining.
Hey, you down there? Just pass me a roll.
Sorry.
You're now learn that Rob is definitely not allowed to be bathroom valet.
I don't want to be bathroom valet.
He sounded like he was doing a Carl impersonation.
No, I was not doing Carl. I can't do Carl very well.
One night I think that you should be Carl at dark hour, and we can say that you were shrunk in the wash.
Not Josh?
He doesn't have a beard.
I would
You have the scary Carl beard.
I do.
You have a Carl beard.
Would you let Scarlett guest act one night in Carl's?
No.
No?
Nope.
Aw,
We've already had a dress cleaning process.
We have,
a much better one too.
and she
Yeah.
was fabulous.
Admittedly, Caverns were much better.
Oh yeah, he's way prettier.
I'm Monty Python brag. I'm not serious about it.
That was way harder than the last one.
Yeah, living in Florida, my life was interesting.
My sister lived in Florida for a while.
What part?
I don't know. I never visited her.
Wow.
What?
Such a great brother.
You ever had a haunt within a haunted house, meaning faking an actual haunting?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually.
Twice we have.
And
Currently.
At Skull Kingdom, we actually got media coverage because we had a three-fingered man who some called the Yellow Man, left over from Terror on Church Street, and he would scratch people with three fingers. That's why they called him the Three-Fingered Ghost. So, yeah.
Oh, and mocking the Trinity.
I don't know. But yes, and actually it garnered some media attention. It was to garner media attention. There's no doubt it was a fabrication. Not put on by me, as it went to a height after I left.
Would you ever consider doing something like that?
No. Not how I operate.
well, I think I blew the fuse.
How do you?
Probably just blew the breaker on that particular outlet or
Yep.
power strip.
The AC. Yep. I
You
gotta
gotta
fix
stop
it.
plugging your heat guns to that.
Well, just take that power strip. You might have blown that power strip. It's got an off on too.
No, the AC's on.
Plug into that power strip.
Gotcha.
That's how power strips work.
Gotcha.
I was helping you.
Yes, you were. See if that works.
Well, it should have just clicked on if you clicked it off and then back on to reset it.
Okay. Well done with food?
Are we done with food, guys?
Go.
Rob, get on it.
How
No,
are
no,
you?
no, no. Take your time. Don't. Bring it back later when you're done.
There's still plenty. Oh, well.
Okay, I'm just about thick enough where I can start using my hands.
Do you need more plaster or do you get enough?
I got enough for this round. From 90 to 2010, and I lived there from 95 to 2000. So same amount of time, but, well, no. He lived there more time. Hey, Clem. Hey, Ezekiel. Good to see you on, sir. Or Demon. And I was thinner then, and I'm fat now. So me and John have traded places.
You ever look back on when you were thin and like get sad that you're not anymore?
Look back that I'm not
Like
thin?
the same shape you were when you were younger?
Not necessarily. Because with weight has come girth, I guess. So I'm just a sturdier person in general too, which is good. I'm still mobile. If I were so fat that I couldn't move well, that would worry me. Man, yeah, John went through some stuff with me, man. John was around when ninjas tried to kill me. Good times.
You want to do one more?
Hmm?
The very top?
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta scallop that whole thing.
Well,
You did one in the front, one in the back, right?
hold on. Just scalp differently.
But see, now this is like a good frosting, and I can just put this on with my hands, and it stays where I put it.
Well, I know I have the scallop all around it, but I didn't know if you wanted one more at the top or if you want to start on the other side.
Yeah, but cut a hole in the middle and top and fold it over.
Okay. So I'll do all the bottom ones first then.
Okay.
That way it doesn't get in the way. There's already a lot of that.
Okay. Yes. Boom.
Also, do you have more grill?
Yeah.
Where do you?
You know what a sewing box is? Remember?
Yes. My memory's not the greatest.
If I recall, you set it up and put it there.
Yep.
Okay.
That doesn't mean anything.
Oh, Lexi.
What?
Oh, Lexi.
6 concussions is a lot of concussions.
I'm gonna listen to another one.
What?
Nothing.
I think you can suffer like 4 more. I think 10 is like the max.
No, you can have way more than 10 concussions. Your brain won't function well.
Well, no, I'm saying 10 and still be okay-ish functionality-wise. I feel like 10 would probably be my max. So I got 4 more left. So I'm break that.
We're not saying you're at peak activity right now or anything.
No.
Yeah,
I never
saying
said that.
You don't have a complete shutdown until.
I just have memory problems at this point.
See, now I'm scraping what I've got in the bucket to get it on. There comes a point where you don't want to work with it because it's crumbly and you're going to get air pockets. But right now, I can still shake it and remind it that it's a liquid. It's a non-Newtonian fluid right now. So I can just shake it, it'll fill those gaps, and I'm good. I still need to build up quite a bit more, but I will have enough, it seems, for to make this mold based off of just some happy projections.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nerds.
What?
Nerds, a lot of you.
Says the king nerd.
Racist king nerd. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so now I put more water in here. I mix up some plaster.
I think.
Someone said, hi, Rob.
Hey.
Hey, Alan, my son Zodi's been making inquiries with me as to how he can get some stilts. As I have zero knowledge, I thought I'd ask a pro on where to start. Should I send you a PM? Yeah, send me a PM. Absolutely. Oh, yes. Yes, you did see some of my Mask in Netherworld's new commercial. I'm very happy about that. Yeah, that's a big win for any mask maker because Netherworld's one of the top haunts in the country. So having my masks at their show and then featured, phenomenal. Boy, Horror Beauty Effects is answering questions I didn't even see asked. That's great. If only someone were helping me with comments.
Well, go check stuff. Go
Any
check
tips on a life cast for someone
4 years
either with a beard? Oh,
shave it off.
what I use cholesterol in the beard. It's going to show up in the life cast, so it's going to change the form. But there's a product called cholesterol, and you put it in the facial hair, and then you can mold right over with alginate or silicone. Horror Beauty Effects mentioned body double. I'm just not as big a fan of Smooth On as I am Platsil, so I would use Gel 10 for a head cast myself.
Life cast smooth on body double with hyperfolic.
Excuse me?
You might want to check your. I can't find any of the trip breakers.
Okay, Rob. First, I'm going to check the power strip.
I think the spring is off
Sure it is.
Always happens.
Yeah, fridge is off. How are we on water, guys?
Oh, we're doing good.
Okay.
Hard.
too. We're heating the water just currently pouring.
No worries, guys. Had some pretty funny stories about Alan. Blow dart competition.
You should DM them to us if we don't. I mean, I'll check them later.
Check the DMs.
I'll check them and I'll copy them and I'll send them to you.
Thank you.
Did the air conditioner come back on?
Yes. Was it 15?
It was the one that was tripped.
I pushed it and it wouldn't.
You turn it all the way off, then all the way on?
No. That's what I
how
should.
you fix a trip breaker.
Okay, cool. I used to use cholesterol for lashes. I did not know it'd be good enough for hair or beards.
Oh, it's really good. It's the best thing, to my knowledge, for. I did me fully bearded with cholesterol and it worked great.
That's your cholesterol. It's a little high.
Little beery.
We're gonna lather your face in it. Again, I would say trim it as much as you can because it's going to affect the life cast. It'll affect it in that there's going to be a big stone beard in the way.
That's
Yeah, but if you just want something to lock in, like I did a face cast with my beard because I'm just going to stop my prosthetics at my beard line. What?
trying to find a plug right now. Sure.
Hey, right over there.
Yours? Yeah. All right.
Once again, I'm mixing plaster that exact same way. I'm just a little farther off. Rob, why don't you pull the tripod over and talk into what you're doing?
Ah, I can do that. All right. So I'm trying to heat form this mantle that I will then fix to. It's a mantle for one of the witches that we do. And so right now what you can see is I've got this circular pattern here that's cut out of foam, and so I've got it on a body form. And I'm using a heat gun to shape it. It's being particularly difficult because it had been in a big roll and rotated the opposite direction of the way I want it to be. So,
Rob hates going with the flow.
what?
You hate going with the flow.
Yes.
You want to bend it to your will.
Bend it to my will. Hey, Robin Allen. Hey, Linda Forbes. Nice. Really, congrats. There's a link to that commercial so we can see it. That'd be nice. I work at Halloween Horror Nights, and the first time they had it with Alan, also we made our own masks. That was THX. T8.
Yeah.
Have you figured out who that was? That's
Yeah,
Tony?
John.
John?
My old roommate.
Your old roommate.
He's got the good stories. Like too many.
Like the blowgun cars.
Yummy. I need those
You
stories.
should listen better, Rob.
I need those stories. I
Yeah,
get
Rob.
focused on doing my thing. I don't know.
Can I give you some tips, Rob?
Yes.
Your pattern was a little wider than your
Yes.
piece. So you have this weird flat edge over here. If
Right.
you spun it this way, your shoulders would be great, and your flat would be at the bottom where it's way less noticeable. So come here with the heat gun, come
Yeah.
to the back,
I can only go so far.
because over here, well, just grab an extension cord, they're right over there,
I'm going to.
and hit it with the heat gun right here, because here's where your stress is.
Okay.
Hit it with the heat gun here, it'll just sag over.
That's what I want.
So hit it underneath on this side, and its own weight will fold it and do the work for you.
Oh, that's what I like. Bring it some. It does.
I'm almost done mixing my plaster.
And then you can go back to Allie, because I know I'm riveting.
No, you're heat gunning.
And he was funny.
Hey. Hey, ho.
Why did you turn into a tornado?
What?
We don't.
Oh, it was not meant as a racial slur.
But
I was clearing that up.
Bye-bye.
hi, everybody.
We're going to cover this in cloth. Can I just turn it over?
Yes. I don't know why you wanted to do it that way. That was the hard
I
way.
want it smooth.
I want the underside smooth because that's the only side they're going to see. Okay. Hope you're enjoying the video of Lexi's back that you're getting. This is why I don't have a lot of knuckle hair. It's from Plaster. Pull it off. Ah! Okay. Yeah, wear gloves, guys. Plaster will dry out your hands. And before I had a shop, I did this in my kitchen, and that's why I have no security deposit. Ever. I've never gotten back a security deposit. Just saying. Yeah, so that's the commercial. Michael Lassiter found a link. Thank you. Once again, I'm just doing that final mixing of this plaster. Lexi, how goes the sewing?
Oh,
You cussing yet?
no,
Okay.
no.
Internal screaming intensifies?
Just now, yeah.
Okay.
But I caught it before it ran, so it's good.
So, my wife has something that she says when firemen do something not smart. She says, just put the wet stuff on the red stuff. And right now, I'm just putting the white stuff on the white stuff, which is not as good of a saying, really. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some poly fiber to this in order to, you're uneven,
Yes.
make it even.
So I put it on.
Find your access point, hold, fix it.
Should I wait till you are not chemically convinced you repaired this bobbin, or should I just go for it?
Start going for it. I'm going to watch you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get enough thread to thread that bobbin, so we'll give it a shot. Boy, you give it a lot of thread. I just put like 3 inches through there.
See, that was not good.
Yeah, that's how it always works. If it helps, Lexi, that happens with airbrushes too. Ian will say, this airbrush isn't working. He'll hand it to me, and then it works. It knows what's good for it.
I'm going to thread another one with more thread.
Okay. Polyfiber is just a filler, and I'm using it to thicken this outside layer of plaster. So I'm mixing it in. Yeah, my plaster's going to be a little bit lumpy, but it won't be air, it'll be polyfiber. This is quicksand.
I thought quicksand was going to be a much larger problem in life when I was a child.
You know what? You'd have been fishing with me, because it really is.
What?
Oh yeah, I find quicksand all the time while I'm fishing. I have been like flat out in trouble. I was sunk up to my waist in quicksand, and I had to get my fishing rod and snag a log with the lure, drag it over to me so I could use it to get out.
You sound like you shouldn't go fishing alone now.
You know what though? But because I'm really quiet when I'm alone, I see the best wildlife and stuff when I'm alone fishing.
And hobos.
And people won't come with me.
Well, that's because you tried to kill Ivan.
I didn't try and kill Ivan.
What?
I went and got Ivan.
What did you do to Ivan?
I drug him out of the woods.
What did you do to him?
We were wade fishing. We were in waist deep water. And I said, hey, Ivan, you ever see the movie Anaconda? And he got nervous.
That it?
He didn't think that was funny. Well, Ivan went fishing with me several times, and he has vowed to never go fishing with me again. Because many people think of fishing, and they're like, yeah, get some beer, sit on a boat, you know, with a cooler, and do that. It's not how I fish. I do like adventure fishing. I'm not going to watch a bobber all day.
So how do you fish, Alan?
Often in a kayak or wade fishing. So you're in, you know, waist to neck deep water.
The ladder's on floor, right? Continue.
And yeah, and we're fishing for alligator gar, which are basically dinosaur fish.
I don't want an alligator gar. Why would you wade fish for that?
Because
That's asking to lose your limbs.
I want to catch them.
But that's asking to lose your limbs.
That's a challenge.
Your limbs are important for
I want
your
to do
work.
it for the challenge, the fun.
But your limbs are important for the work you do.
I often catch bass too. The gar aren't biting. Yeah, it's fun. Fishing is great.
Kayak fishing for alligator gar sounds fun.
It's also one of the only things that I've done that I do that isn't work related. Like everything is work related.
It's your only hobby?
Yeah, I don't have anything else. I don't really sword fight much anymore. That doesn't have a lot to do with haunted houses.
It could.
Well, I suppose, yes.
If you apply it.
Now that I have a little bit more room in my plaster bucket, I'm going to add a little more polyfiber because I want it even thicker. Polyfiber is the new Cavasil. Cavasil is terrible. It was the old thickener that we used in the industry for everything. Powdered glass. And it would, you know, go out in the air and you'd breathe it and cut your lungs up and you'd die. So don't use that. Polyfiber isn't powdered glass. When am I coming to Australia? Where's Rob? Oh. I'll take you fishing. I want to go fishing in Australia. We could catch a salty. Make a predator outfit. We did make a Predator out. That's right. I forgot about that. We used an RC car for the laser thing to make the shoulder laser move. Just put it on its side and fun. What fun times we had. Okay. This is getting thicker. This is about where I want it. See, I'm almost at that frosting consistency that I was at before. This is going to be not as sturdy, but it is going to be plenty thick. Really, all I needed to do is hold that detail layer on there a bit. And I had the polyfiber on the last layers for a couple reasons. One is it keeps the mold a little bit lighter. I can flatten off the top so it's easy to pour. And often when you flatten off the top, you're making the mold just heavier than it needs to. So this way I can make it as strong as I need it to be without adding a ton of weight. And I can do a lot less with the camera and with comments right now because of how much I have to do on the mold. You know, I need my hands for this. So
Hold on.
go back and read some comments, Lexi.
Commercial. Okay. My hands hurt seeing your hands. I better put Netherworld on the bucket list. Any ideas for Halloween costumes? I was a container of Publix ground beef last year.
Who was that?
Tyler J.
Why were you a container of Publix ground beef? What went wrong in your life?
What not?
What led you
He's
to those
working
choices?
through some things.
Yeah.
Lexi has taken my reason/excuse to go to your shop. Don't need me to come do your sewing. That was Linda Forbes. I'm sorry, Linda.
Oh no, there's way more work than this. This is just what I need right now.
John,
Wait till I'm gearing up for Trans World, Linda.
John said we use real swords to start.
We did. That's true.
Ezekiel said, oh, he'd go fishing, come to Australia.
Yes.
Yes.
Somebody said wear a respirator.
If you're using Cabicil for sure, I probably should have one with polyfiber in the air, but it's not so bad.
It's and John asked if it was Plaster of Paris.
No, this is Hydrocal plaster. Plaster of Paris is not very strong. What I used to use all the time in Orlando was UltraCal 30. I kind of switched to Hydrocal for some reasons.
Reasons. There it is.
Boy, and after being a Wolfman today, I don't smell awesome.
You don't smell bad enough to make you run over screaming.
Yeah. Luckily, you're not in my t-shirt.
There'd be a lot more reasons for me to run screaming.
I'm sure it's worse in there. All right. See how crumbly this? Oh no, Lexi didn't put it back on the work. And she dropped the phone on the floor. Okay, I did that, but still.
I didn't move the camera.
Did you?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
He thinks you might be wrong.
I did not. Dropped again. Somebody said, is it dark in here?
I dropped it like it was hot. That's what my buddy Laura told me.
Drop it like it's SWAT.
Yeah, she did say that when she was dressed as a SWAT character.
That was a fun show.
Yeah. I like longer term characters, but that's a preference.
I had that really awful mustache for that show.
Everybody had a really awful mustache for that show. Let's be real.
I think those mustaches were great.
They don't look great.
I'm probably going to have a mustache like that one day myself.
Please don't, Alan.
Anytime I was out in public, people like slow down their cars.
We got a
Or they clutched their children closer.
We got a real life
It was one or the other.
Close.
Wait, which mustache were you talking about?
Hunter mustaches.
When I was the SWAT officer and I had that
SWAT
really bad
mustache.
cop mustache.
The cotton. Oh, that mustache was even worse. That was the worst mustache I've ever seen. Please never do that again. That was horrifying.
Okay, so see how now I'm getting it smoothed out? I'm working with the plaster at whatever stage it's in. You know, there's something that's appropriate at each stage, and that's when you do it.
Just remember, this is important.
Right now, I'm smooth. This means something. I'm smoothing and shaping and getting this. And I have it flat on top so I can set it down when it's upside down and pour it up. I don't need a ton of support on
I
it.
see you've never seen Close Encounters before. He builds a pile out of mashed potatoes that looks just like his molds. And the entire time he's doing it, he's like, this means something.
Didn't he also like build one in the backyard with dirt?
Yeah,
Like a 15-footer?
yeah. So they found out recently that the Devil's, what's it called? The Devil's Peak?
Devil's Spire, something like that. Devil's Chimney.
Yeah, the Devil's Peak. It's actually a petrified tree.
That's a big tree.
Yeah.
What did they think it was?
Just a full rock formation.
Where is this?
Sure. Wyoming?
Never heard of it.
Hello from California. That's right. Yeah, I forgot I was a doorman in a club for a while. For like a long time.
Were you?
Yes.
I believe it.
When they did a theme shift away from the rock and roll bar to a swing club, I still worked there for about 2 years or so after that. And at the swing club, I was the door guy. I forgot I did that.
Alan's had some adventures.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, betcha.
This is hard now. It'll be full, I mean, it's hard. It'll be fully cured about 4 hours. I'm not going to wait necessarily that long. I'm going to get this guy cleaned up nowish. And I'll start the demolding process in a little while. I'm going to flip it on the table, but I'm going to get all this off my hands first, because that is plaster in my Harrios, which is not a breakfast I would enjoy. Harrios.
Okay, that put me off.
What's that?
That put me off my feed. Harrios.
I need to go get some hand lotion, which I thought I had over here. I don't, but I have hand soap, and that'll probably do. Because I have way too much plaster in my hand hair. This is Cherry Bomb soap. And what I'm doing is I'm using the soap as a lubricant in order to get in between the hairs and the plaster so it comes off without hurting me too much. This Cherry Bomb soap looks like deranged ketchup.
It's really good stuff.
This is why makeup artists don't have a lot of hair on their arms. Well, mask makers, let's say. Yeah, so this is getting it off, slowly but surely. I'm sure that you guys, this is what you want to see, is me wash my hands.
Like you did that gear or shit.
What's that, Rob?
So that's how you keep up your viewership.
Right. Sweet hand washing videos.
Happened in that ASMR community.
I'm still learning it.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
Phil is, man.
What did I do? What have I done?
My God, what have I done?
No, okay.
It's not my usual life. It's not my usual house.
Hey, Lexi. It's an orange bucket over there.
Let's see it.
Is it empty? Ish?
Yeah.
Put it in the sink
Fill it with water.
and start filling it with water.
You can wash
That
it.
is the next phase of me getting this off my hands.
Yes,
You cannot wash plaster down your sink. It'll kill your plumbing and cost you many thousands of dollars to get
I'm gonna
fixed.
have to do this because it won't fit in the sink.
That's fine. Okay. So now I grab a shopper rag.
Sorry about it.
Okay.
How about that? Where did you go?
Is there armholes?
Yes, there's our sink.
Hi, everybody who's on tonight. Just hi. Hope you guys are having an awesome evening. Got a little schmutz on the camera. There we go. Haunted house down there. That's awesome. Oh, well, very cool. Yeah, I've had my YouTube channel for a while.
Actually, Alan,
Yes.
this makes it drape really cool right here, but
Let it go.
I mean, I'm holding it how I would tack it.
Where have you tacked it already?
I have not. I've done the sides.
So where are you going to tack it?
Should I stand on a bucket?
Here.
If you were on 2 buckets, you would be more correct.
Where's
Because buckets are about 18 inches tall, and that's how tall the stilts are that I left.
so tack it?
Hold on, Rob. If you fall, don't shoot the buckets out from under you. Just fall and take it like a man.
So the way I did it on the sides is it bunches up right here, but I don't actually need it.
Let it go.
So that would be
What is this?
so
Oh, you haven't tacked this bottom one
Yeah.
on the back.
yeah.
You'll tack that in the middle like normal.
Yeah, but I realized I should probably put this out here, not in this, so I was trying to like hide the seam.
Let it go.
You can just cut it, yeah.
Did I fix it?
Yeah. For
Okay,
safety.
thanks. Seems like we have no problems. I love it when we have no problems. Because we're going to shred that up a little bit anyway to
Yeah.
age it and distress it.
Yeah,
Rob is a flowy, pretty princess.
the prettiest.
Yeah. Okay.
Not things I'm accused of often.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Can you take it off?
Yes.
You can step down first if you
I could take it all off.
He does look a little bit religious. It's the monk beard. That's what it is.
I love how you come up with a new name for his beard every time you.
Well, it's always a homeless person beard. But when he's wearing a brown robe, you got to admit, it's kind of a monk beard.
It's not homeless, my hair's cut.
He looks like a character from Skyrim.
But your hair is cut like a homeless person would cut their hair.
No, it's the home
Like
hair-
if they had, like, here's your 12 minutes with the razor, that's the haircut you
It's
have.
the home haircut kit. Don't make fun of it. I like my hair. It's very Viking.
Okay.
Never played that game.
Monk beard.
Yeah, look over the graybeards, which are the dragon monks.
He doesn't look like Jesus, Skullberg.
He's not pretty.
Yes.
And he's
I'm
too
also
white.
half black.
While he often makes me say the Lord's name, it is not because he is Christ-like. He was a little old Luke Skywalker. Not young Luke Skywalker.
No.
Old Luke Skywalker.
Not drinking blue milk.
Okay.
Lexi, you can start with.
Mhm.
Okay, thank God. Thank God for small measures.
I'm not a complete heathen.
Mercedes has gone drastically religious.
So, Rob,
Yes, sir.
never mind. I was going to say, where's my sure form rasp? But here it is. These things are awesome and very handy.
And breakable.
Are you filling the whole bucket up? Is that what's happening?
That is the slowest water. It's not going to fill that bucket up anytime soon.
Okay.
Alan just told me to start filling the water. You didn't tell me to watch it.
I did not.
I would have thought that had been a knock.
What?
Good, Lexi, thanks. Ah,
You're welcome.
your face.
You just need to fill it.
I did, you're right. I did not say start filling that bucket and make sure it doesn't overflow.
What you did?
And flood my workshop. Suddenly single, standing inside. You gotta like Little Shop of Horrors, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No. It's a musical.
Oh.
You hate musicals that one?
Yeah.
That makes my heart hurt.
Okay, you make my heart hurt.
Good. Feelings mutual.
You haven't seen Gremlins. You have problems.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to back out on this. That is one of the best Christmas movies ever.
No, Edward Scissorhands is the best Christmas.
Yeah, it's not a Christmas
It is a Christmas movie. so-
What's not a Christmas movie?
Edward Scissorhands.
It's a Christmas movie, Rob.
Thank you.
This is.
Christmas is in it.
It is a prevalent theme in the movie.
Snow happens.
Snow happens in Florida. It's
Well-
a Christmas movie.
Well, then I guess The Shining is a Christmas movie because there's snow in it.
I think it's a Christmas movie.
Does it feature Christmas heavily? I haven't been able to sit down and watch the whole thing without passing out.
Actually, no holidays are in this one.
Okay, Christmas is heavily featured in Edward Scissorhands.
You're not exactly winning the case for no euthanasia on you, for the record.
Sitting still and doing one task is very difficult for me.
Great, sit still, finish that rope.
I can sit still and finish the row, but I can also talk. Let's do two next.
Lexi, what year were you born?
Don't have
Secret.
Like, what, 94?
Sure, we'll go with that.
You weren't born in 94, were you?
Well, she's 20.
She's 21.
I'm 21.
So, and my 20-year reunion has passed, and I graduated high school in 95. She was not born
No.
in 95. So she was not born when Gremlins came out.
I might have been born the year Austin Powers came out.
You were born in 1996? 97?
Linda says, Rob, I'm sure that haircut is going to be like the mullet was. In a few years, you'll look back and say, what was I thinking?
I was broke and I needed to cut my hair.
I feel like Rob doesn't.
Hello, Leroy Hughes. Have I ever messed with prosthetic appliances? Absolutely, I have. I do prosthetics all the time. More for work than in my shops. I prefer masks. You know, I don't get to see a finished product if I make prosthetics and sell them. I get to see a finished mask, I make a mask and sell it. So yes, she was born in '97. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts bad.
You saw Gremlins in the theater when it came out.
Hell yeah.
Lexi just got to be old enough to drink beer.
I'm allergic to hops.
You're allergic to hops. It's like that line from the 13th Warrior. I can't drink anything fermented from hops or grapes. It's honey!
It's made from honey. That's a wonderful sword. When you die, can I give it to my daughter?
Well, the Arab would bring a dog to war.
What movie?
13th Warrior with Antonio Banderas.
It's actually, the first time you watch it, you're like, what is this train wreck? But then it grows on it.
Kind of like
I liked it the first time that I saw it. But
It's-
I love Beowulf. I mean, that's like one of my favorite stories.
It's when he did the sword.
But you liked it?
No, that's when I was like, what the hell? You cannot take a Viking longsword and turn it into a scimitar.
Well, no, you can grind it down. It's not going to be tempered quite right.
You have to suspend disbelief.
what is that?
What? Are you talking about the sandwich?
No, I was talking to you. What is suspension disbelief? I would know nothing about that.
These are bread and butter. What are you?
I was going to say something really mean.
What is that? It's like a flying spider.
What were you going to say to me, Adam?
I'm going to say suspension of disbelief is what you do every time you believe your parents love you.
I know they love me because they haven't gotten rid of me.
Secret of Christmas right there.
I'll be right there, guys. All right. Wah!
Oh, she knows that song.
I know music. I've told you guys multiple times that I know music.
You know Looney Tunes?
A little bit.
Do you know Three Stooges?
A little bit. Even less.
Let's go really obscure. You know Woody Woodpecker?
Yeah.
You know Chili Willy?
No.
I'm chilling with the penguin. Ha, he, ha-choo.
Yeah. Alan's got it. He knows.
So let's pull the clay out of this guy now. See, because the mold is like a bucket. I put latex in. Just a bucket in a pleasant shape. All that we made. Now I'm not going to go too far with thinning this out today because those little pegs of plaster that are the tooth holes, I want them to be really strong before I start trying to peel the clay away from them. So I want them fully cured. I'm not going to get them fully cured until probably tomorrow. Well, 4 hours or so, but you won't be here then. Can you believe though, Rob, it's already 9:30?
Yes.
Oh,
Whoa, it's already 9:30?
thanks, Lexi. You made it seem like you're having fun when you're here.
I am having fun. I just saw the clock and said that.
I also have no concept of time.
Lexi, you do a lot of listing of your faults.
Yeah.
She says that all enthusiastic.
You're pretty good at sewing.
Yeah.
Better at it than I am.
I just broke the needle.
Oh, why'd I say that up
You
loud?
jinxed it!
No, Alan, and why?
what happens every time. It's like, hey, traffic on 635 is not that bad this morning. Oh, 40 minutes later, I've gone 5 miles.
Okay. So, Lexi, you got a needle to change out. I am going to drink this.
I've never changed the needle on this machine.
Yes, I did make you watch Knife Breed 1,000 times, and you're a better man for it, John. Anyway.
That film is simultaneously one of the best and one of the worst films.
I don't wait for the heat, Linda. I normally just go. You're supposed to wait for the heat to subside, but I don't. Now, I've got some thin-ish spots, but they're not going to be a problem. I wouldn't trust this mold to fall over and not break on concrete. So, I'll probably, when I get more plaster, I'm out of plaster right now, I'll mix up some plaster, put some burlap in it, and wrap it around the bottom just to make a stable base for this, so it won't ever tip over. Oh, look, I got a tool right here. So Lexi, how close are you?
Well, I was going great, but
Okay.
I need to do that one and then the top one over everything, and then I'll be done.
Well, we're about to wrap up here this evening. How would you feel about doing a few hours on Sunday, maybe?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Sunday evening, let's say starting
I
at
can
about...
also take it home and just give it to you tomorrow.
Uh,
Drop it off the dark hours.
yeah, but then I'm not there for direction and that kind of stuff.
True.
Then I want you to do a little bit on the arms too.
Okay.
And that's about all that I can peel out without worrying about that piece. Regular point needles, yes. It's not a stretch fabric that you're working with, so I think a regular point is probably the best. No, Rob's here. Break it stuff.
Weird. Alright, is anybody else going to eat any more of this fajita stuff? Or
Nope, take it all back.
Normally we devour all of it. I don't know what the deal is ever was.
I have already eaten today.
You got fajita omelets for breakfast out.
Yes, he'll be on stilts. What I'm working on right now is like a Demigorgon type suit. Well, okay, Lexi's working on a robe, which is a different character, but this bodysuit here, this is for the Demigorgon type character. So this is a muscle chest and the skeletal structure that I did that will go with the Demigorgon. But the mask is molded. I'll get those poured up this week, and then I've got this weekend, I should say. I'll pour it up tomorrow night. You can make about 30 masks. Rob is whistling The Winds of Change by the Scorpions because that came out at a time when he really had control in his life. And he just likes to whistle that to take him back to that time. That's probably why.
Alan's full of it.
Yeah. And maybe he wants the wind of change to blow through his life right now.
Or maybe he just likes that song.
You can wait 24 hours to unmold. You don't have to, but you can. I'm in a hurry. I normally do it faster. Also, if you demold while the plaster's still a little bit warm, there's a vapor barrier that happens between the clay and the plaster, and that makes it easier to demold. Why are you whistling Winds of Change, Rob? It's stuck in his head. That's all. My answer was better. That's possible, Ezekiel.
I'm afraid to know what your answer was.
I don't think Rob is a singer.
Actually,
Apparently Rob did karaoke all by his lonesome.
Well, why? Okay, doing karaoke doesn't mean you're a singer.
It means
All the
you're-
time I've spent in a karaoke bar has taught me that.
It means you're drunk enough and or confident enough to believe it.
I've actually been in musicals and had solos.
I sing karaoke all the time, and I am under no compunction at all that I am good.
He just makes joyful noise.
You are confident enough, though.
Absolutely. I have the confidence to sing and not care. I was the naked baby monster, don't forget.
If anybody wants pictures of that, come see me.
No one wants pictures of that.
And
Oh,
so,
I was gonna show Rob.
and so was Brady. Brady was in that.
If you have it on your phone and you're going to show Rob, you can show the camera
Oh, I can.
the naked baby
I
monster.
will show you everybody as Naked Baby Monster. And I think originally you were having me try to make the diaper on you, and then you're like, I'm just gonna go in the closet and do this myself.
Yeah, yeah.
It was getting kind of awkward.
It was an adult moment. Wife,
Need your help.
thank you.
Need your help.
Rob,
Yeah.
off the camera.
Tell a story.
Tell a
Yeah.
story.
Hi. Oh, I'm getting. Yeah. While I
Oh,
find the
she's
naked
getting-
baby picture, you tell the story.
So yes, I regret my haircut in a few years, but right now it's cool and comfortable. Actually, I'm growing my hair out for a Renaissance Festival character, and the flyaways are really getting on my nerves, so I cut them down. But I'm going to grow that out. It's going to be longer hair. I'll be a necromancer next year at Scarborough, running around, being stupid.
I really should save this in my favorites.
You
that
should.
would make my life easier, but I have 8,000 pictures that I have to go through, so it might be a minute.
Story.
We could talk about. I could talk about the story behind this naked baby monster picture.
Tell the story of why you have a naked baby picture of Alan Hobbs.
So I used to work in the costume shop, and while I was doing that, around like August, late July, early August of last year, we did a commercial shoot with Fearworm, and they saw Alan's Donner mask. And Alan has like a whole Donner character that's, you know, the costumes are, they're like, you know what, we actually just want this, but as a baby.
That's a good question. That's a good question, Gypsy Witch.
It was the worst mask you made. So anyway, oh, I have Alan in a dress here as well.
What?
Yeah. I have this one.
He did not okay you to show that one.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
He's going to go back and watch this later. It's going to
And-
be hilarious.
He's gonna yell at me. It'll be great. So anyway, while we were shooting this commercial, they see the Donner mask that Alan has, and it's his hunter character. But they're like, you know what? This would be great as a baby. So in Carl's Playhouse, we did have a baby monster. This baby monster had a diaper, so we tried to put that diaper on Alan. It didn't fit him because we normally cast a very small person as the baby monster. Or
Brady.
Brady was our first one. I think Kirk has
Yes.
been ours for a while now. And Kirk is a very slender individual.
Yeah, skinny, gangly guys.
So after trying to make that diaper fit Alan for a good 5 to 10 minutes, he's like, we'll just make one. So I start... Well, before any of this, I actually forgot a part of that. They were fighting over who was going to be the baby monster. It was between Phil, Alan, and Justin. And Alan goes, hey, Lexi, whose skin color matches this mask the best? Because they wanted him shirtless and in just a diaper.
Sorry about that.
It died. So he shook his fist at me and made angry faces. And then
She hasn't found it, but she did find a nice picture of you in a dress.
Cavender's drag queen dress. I showed,
yeah.
showed everybody that
I
one.
thought I would try that on.
It looked gorgeous. And
Felt like a Vienna sausage costume.
it looked like one too. Why? I have 8,000 pictures, so it's taking a minute. But anyway, and he started making his own diaper. Here we go.
Oh. That's me and all my sexy baby vomit glory right there.
Mixing up the vomit was disgusting. He tried to get people to help him. No one would.
And for the record, I did glue lace to my socks.
I sewed lace
To make-
onto your socks, and so
I glued them. Oh, we sewed
I
it.
sewed the lace onto your socks.
Well, I forgot it was
And-
on there, and later in the day, I was teaching it. Okay, so that was a mess. My internet crashed because the Lexi showing that picture froze my screen.
You broke your phone.
Yeah.
The picture broke the internet. And it is actually in a few of Dark Hour's commercials, if you look closely.
That's correct. You can see the monster baby in some Dark Hour commercials. All right. You know, I know nothing about babies, but I guess nappy is about, let's just say it did. That's fine. But actually, all my underwear is from Duluth Trading Company, and now that I wear the Armachillo cooling underwear, no more swamp crotch, really. Yeah, it solves that problem. You're going to pay $30 per pair of underwear, but it's worth it.
That's normal women's underwear prices. Like for really nice underwear?
Well, yeah, but that's also men's really nice underwear prices. Not really attractive underwear, just nice.
I totally needed to know that, Rob.
Except on a
yes, if you have a 280-pound baby running at you, I think I could scare some folks with that.
You should. That should be your next character.
What would be worse is a 280-pound baby crawling into bed with you at 3 o'clock in the morning.
What was the worst mask I ever made, as in fail? Well, it's funny that John is here sometime right now, because I remember I was making some kind of a mask, and I was hot gluing it while it was on his head. And I hot glued his ear, and I just thought he was being whiny. He's like, quit being whiny. And we pulled the mask off, and his ear has a blister on it from the hot glue.
Does not feel good on skin.
Yeah, so sorry, John. I remember that a lot when I'm gluing stuff, and I'm more careful now.
Oh, that's still some quotes.
Good times, John. Good times. Okay. Kill the air conditioners, Rob?
I'm going through the checklist in my head. Oh, I love these AC.
But yeah, I made a mask out of spray foam, and it did not work good.
Doesn't sound like
Because it was spray foam. Didn't work. But yeah.
AC.
All right, so gang, it is pretty close to the 10 o'clock. So we are going to wrap up our broadcast. Lexi and Rob, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And I will say goodbye. And I will also say, go make stuff.